We'll just do hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
From Montreal.
Yeah, from Montreal. Welcome to a little sort of mini episode just about all the fun we had in Montreal. Before we leave, we're almost packed and ready to go and
Ready to grab the train.
ready for like a super fun day of knitting on the way home.
Yes, Noelle will probably finish the pair of socks that she started while she was here.
Will.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about Knit City Montreal because that's what we're here for, and it's been a fabulous event. We've had so much fun. We've met so many people.
Yeah.
Got to meet some of the people that joined us on Knit Chat, and that was incredibly
Super nice.
Super nice. It was just
So
like
nice.
I don't have words for that.
It's just like we've been friends forever.
I know, absolutely, and it was wonderful to make that more personal connection, more so than just us behind a screen and you all watching us and joining us and knitting us. So we've had fun. We've bought a few things, and that's pretty much what this episode is about. I'll be mixing in video throughout this of what we've taken in the last couple of days, and I've got some little interviews for you. But we thought we would take this as a little special episode. Before we pack away the goodies, we thought we would share with you some of the squish that we bought. We're at the Leo and Roxy booth. This is Jolynn.
Hi.
Hi. What are you wearing today?
I am wearing the Love Note, slightly modified in Fuzzy Peach. I finished it last night at Knit Night.
And the earrings by?
Earrings by Jillian.
Jillian. What have you got to show us that we can't miss out on here?
Advent.
Advent.
We've got Advent. We've got Overthrow Shawl has been most popular this weekend. We've had to put up pre-orders on the website because everybody wanted it. So, yeah. Ooh, and the Natural Soft.
I was going to say, tell us a little bit about your new base.
So we have a new base. It's 80-20 socks, so 80% merino, 20% nylon, but it's non-superwash. It's got so much springiness and bounce, and we're just working on getting a bunch of colors done in it, seeing how it takes the color. It's much more muted than our regular 80-20, but I don't have the one left with the neons, but it's absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. We are in love with the sweater and the feeling. We've been talking about it on the podcast for weeks.
Yeah.
When Noelle was knitting the sweater, how much we loved the way it feels.
Yeah, I've had some people ask. They definitely watched and come in and asked when it was going to be released.
Yes, yeah.
This should be up on the website in time for our birthday. Our birthday's the 14th of April, so in 2 weeks from now. And then our birthday party at the Little Red Mitten will be on the 23rd, and it will definitely be there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Very excited for you.
So I'm here at Gingersnap and looking at their very beautiful booth and all of the gorgeous yarns they have. And I've got Kim here, the dyer behind the name. We're gonna have a little chat. Hi Kim.
Hi everybody.
How's it going?
Good.
Did you have a good weekend?
We did.
You did. I heard some news that you're coming to the Little Red Mitten soon for a pop-up.
Yes, we will be there next Friday from 2 until 7 p.m.
Awesome. And what did you bring to the show that was new or different? I love this color here at the front. Can you talk about this one?
That is antique lace. It's one of our most popular colorways. The shawl is Winter Lights by Stephen West.
Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's get a close-up on that. Have you had a good weekend?
We have, yes.
What did you think of Montreal?
Well, we love the city itself, just not the driving.
That's its claim to fame.
It is.
The driving.
I think so, yes.
Awesome. Well, great chatting with you. Okay, so maybe we could chronologically go through our purchases, and I think we did okay.
We certainly bought enough.
We certainly bought enough. We made our dent. I'll let you start because you've got something on the go.
Okay, so when we first got into the marketplace on Saturday morning, it was pretty overwhelming. I haven't been around that many people in
2 years.
2 years, probably since New York.
Definitely since New York.
So it was, a lot of the booths were quite crowded, hard to get in. Everybody was wearing masks, but then it made it was warm.
It was really warm.
But anyway, so we kind of snuck in the back way and thought, well, we'll start at some of the back booths as opposed to going through like the order that everybody was going through. And so that worked out a little bit because we got into some of the booths a little bit more easily. So the first booth that we kind of went into was it's called Red Sock, Blue Sock. And in there, they had a sock done. Sorry, so much socking this weekend. They had a sock done, and it was done in their nubby fingering, nubby tweed.
Nubby tweed. Nubby fingering.
Nubby fingering. Okay, so it's a tweed yarn. My color, I believe, is called Josephine. I've already thrown the tag away.
Mine's called Fabulous, and it is fabulous. It has beautiful little tweedy naps in there.
And mine's kind of like a pale pink with the tweedy naps.
Yeah, table's moving.
Sorry.
And our tripod's on it this time, so we have to be mindful. Okay. And they had it paired with, because they were right beside another booth that we've already got some of their yarn, but we have something new from them, and they were paired with
but we don't actually have their yarn.
We don't have their yarn. This is Samoyed yarn, which we do have. Right. And this is from Poppy's Pom Pom. And it is a 60% Samoyed, 40% merino, and it's a massive skein of
it's fingering.
525 yards in this one skein. It's huge. 480 meters.
Yes.
For those of us that we should be converted, but we're not. And it's so luscious. So they had a sock knit in these two bases combined. Noelle already has a sock knit.
I had to, when we got back to the hotel, before we went to knit night, I thought I have to cast this on. I have to wind this. So I just threw my 2 yarns across the back of a chair and just quickly rolled them. It didn't actually take that long. It really didn't.
No, it didn't.
No,
it really
so
didn't.
Rolled them, and then I took them to knit night. So I finished the one sock. They actually had a pattern there. So it's basically, they said worsted, but really it's a 40 stitch stock, which is probably what I would cast on for a DK sock. It's on a 3.75 millimeter needle. So the first sock is done, and I'm going to work on this on the train on the way home. So hopefully by tomorrow night at Knit Chat, I might have.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a pair of socks.
You will have a pair of socks.
And like I finished one sock, and that's the amount I still have left. Like, I'm sure there's going to be enough of this probably to do a regular pair of socks, and I've got to weigh this and see. But there's.
We didn't bring a scale.
We didn't bring a scale.
But this is like the best house slipper sock ever.
Yeah.
It's really, really plush. Yeah. And I think it will only get softer and more plush.
Well, I can tell already, like yours, look how much more fluff it has on it now than what it looked like in the...
Yes, yeah. So it's like a shaggy dog. It just keeps growing. But anyway, it's super, super soft, and this is beautifully paired together.
Yes. So, okay.
I'm not going to have mine knit by Knit Chat, just fair warning.
Okay, so that was the first purchase.
Where do we go next?
We went to a lot of places. I think the next place that we bought something was Cabin Boy Knits.
Okay, Cabin Boy. So first they had a show color. Did you end up getting the show color? You didn't get the show. No. Okay, that's right. It was Sheila got the show color. So
I've been to a couple of places and I have show colors and I love them, but I haven't even knit them up yet. So I thought, nope, I got to get caught up.
So Cabin Boy Knits dyed this up for Knit City, Montreal. I love the colors.
It is pretty.
I do have a bit of a theme going. I didn't think I had a theme, but I bought a lot of pink. I bought a lot of pink.
And I did
pink. But this is beautiful. It's a pink and a taupe, and I couldn't be happier with it. It's all natural dyes too.
Yes.
And I like that. I don't have a lot of naturally dyed yarns, and this one is dyed using sequoia, oak, sumac, and cochineal.
And it's a Polworth.
It is a Polworth, and it feels amazing. And then they also had these. Now we don't know it's all Canadian wool, and it's DK, toothiest yarn ever, super soft, squishy, plush, and then just dyed with some natural dyes. And this one is dyed with Brazil wood and birch. And I'm loving the way this is going to feel for like some fingering, or not, sorry,
like stranded.
We've got too much wool on the brain. I'm not thinking straight. This one and these two skeins are dyed with indigo.
This one says
beautiful.
indigo too.
It says indigo. So they were talking to us about like how many times they dip the yarn and the colors that they can achieve. And I always thought that using natural dyes, you get a lot of, more muted colors, more like this. But they had some really vibrant colors, and he talked to us about the process that they're using to achieve that. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing that you can get that many colors from natural dyes.
All right, back from that little interruption. Anyway, we were just discussing how amazing it was to get the different intensities of colors with the natural dye process.
Right, and the different things that you can use to actually get colors. And some of the colors that you get are not necessarily they're not the colors that you would expect to get from that particular item.
Yeah.
And so it's a really fascinating science.
It was, and we got to talk with them a little bit on Sunday about that, so that made it, it was a little bit quieter on Sunday.
Sunday was a little quieter, and we got to
definitely couldn't have gotten that conversation in on a Saturday.
No.
So it was nice on Sunday to have a little more time to visit with some of the vendors. Okay, so that's Cabin Boy Knits. What did we get next?
The next place we went to was Dolphina's.
Mm-hmm. That's our friend Sophie.
Yes, and she had curated a collection from a couple of different vendors that she brought with her.
All right. Hi, my name is Sophie. I am the maker behind Dolphina Bags, and I am the owner of Dolphina Collective. So today, let me introduce you to my fabulous Dolphina bags. So they pretty much come in, what I have here is actually 4 different types. So I have the box bag, the large project bag, extra large project bags, and I have brand new buckets in the small and the large size. So pretty much all.
I like the buckets.
Fabrics.
I like the buckets. Really nice.
And they're really fun.
Fun for traveling.
Fun for traveling, sturdy. Like this is like a 2.0 because I had another model, but this one is like my absolute favorite bag. Most of my fabric are actually using indie graphic designer, and most of my fabric comes from a Canadian graphic designer from Victoria, BC. Her name is Cynthia Frenette, and she's my spirit animal. So all this is her stuff, and I love her to death. So yeah.
Gorgeous. And what are you wearing today? You're looking fabulous.
I am wearing the Wave of Change cardigan by Denise Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I finished putting in some fancy ribbon.
Love, love, love the ribbon.
And all this is from L'Atelier du Presbytère in Milford, Ontario. It's a small shop owned by 2 French people from Provence. So this is an upcycled jeans skirt, and she works a lot with linen.
Awesome.
Yay!
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Take a little peek around the shop.
She had her bag. She had some timber yarns.
Mm-hmm.
She had, I think there's pretty string.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice to look in there, and there was different options in there. She even had a couple of sewn masks.
Sewn masks, yes.
Yes.
I got one that matched the sweater that I made on the way here.
Yep. So we both actually, I think, in that booth bought the same.
We did, and this is my first Surrey alpaca.
Yeah.
So you can show your colors.
So I actually got 2 colors. So I don't know if there's a color name on it.
No.
Is that it? Rhodolite.
Rhodolite.
So this is the first color that I picked up, and this was my pink purchase, obviously, here. So I got 2 of these. This color is called Rhodolite. So I know I've got yarn at home that I can hold this with, and it's just so super soft.
It is unbelievably soft. So I mean, I'm only used to knitting with
mohair.
Mohair.
Yeah.
And this is Wait, this is a cloud.
It's not
it doesn't
butter.
No, it doesn't feel, I will agree, this does not feel like butter, but so the color that I got is Drop It Like It Hops, and I already have plans for this. Look at this.
I know,
I'm
gorgeous.
thinking that this will pair beautifully with the cinnamon color that I
Yes.
have in the cone from Hulse.
Yes, well, I had brought some with me, so we tried
That's
it and held
right,
it up
yeah.
to it, and it did look really nice together.
Yes.
So, and then I also bought another color of it. So this is called Laura. So it's kind of like a steel blue gray color. And again, I think this is going to be a lot like the mohair, that it's going to change the yarn that you work with, and you're not really going to know what your finished color is going to look like until you actually start a project or do a swatch.
Right, absolutely.
So
it's gorgeous though, and
it feels amazing. So it is, I think it's 74 Surrey, 24 silk. So it's 76 the Surrey alpaca and 24% silk.
and each of these are a 50-gram ball, or not ball, skein, and there's 328 yards in them. So I think like this will be good for a, like I can get a 3/4 sleeve sweater out of this if I pair it with something else, or you know, something that's slightly cropped probably. But
Yep.
I just love it.
Yep.
I love it. I can't wait.
So.
Can't wait. We also picked up a really good tip. We had
Yes.
lunch. We had lunch with a couple of people that watch us, and I guess we could
Jenny and Jill.
Jenny and Jill.
Hi, Jenny and Jill.
Hi, Jenny and Jill. And they had this fantastic idea, and I'm a little envious that we didn't think of it. So we're going to share this tip with you. They had cut off lengths of yarn, and they tied it together, and that was their swatch shopping that they were doing. So they had all of the colors with them that they were looking to pair something with, and I thought that's ingenious. How did we not come up with that?
I don't know.
That's great. So thank you for sharing that tip. And the next yarn show we go to, we're definitely going to have our little yarn samples with us.
Yes,
and,
for sure.
It was super nice to meet them too.
It was really nice to meet them.
They're
so.
great fun. Great fun. Okay.
Okay, so
Nice.
that was all that I bought at the show the first day.
Mm-hmm.
So then on the Sunday, we went back again Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunday afternoon, as we said, was a little bit less busy, so you could actually get in and have a better look at some of the things that were there. So I think the first thing that I bought on Sunday afternoon was this.
So we're chatting with Vicki from Songbird Fibers.
Hello. How are you?
You're going to tell me about your yarn.
Oh, sure. Of course I can. So all my yarn is bird inspired. I have the bird on the label is the inspiration for each colorway. I have some that's really variegated. I have some that's sort of softer variegations, and then I have some that won't really pool or stripe, but it'll just give you lots of complex color. I donate $2 a skein to Birds Canada for conservation as well, and I'm located in Stratford, Ontario.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And how did we do at trivia last night? We won.
What was our fantastic team name?
Chicks with sticks.
Sticks. Yay.
This is a skein from Songbird Yarns, and Vicky's our friend from Stratford. And this color is called Piping Plover. And there's a story behind this because Kelly was knitting with this on the train on the way here. And I asked her what yarn it was, and she just said, oh, it's Piping Plover. And I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of that company.
No.
And I thought, it's so pretty. It's really nice yarn. So I never thought anything else about it. And then at knit night on the Saturday night, she was knitting the sock. Vicky was sitting with us, and she goes, look, Vicky. And I thought, why is she showing Vicky that yarn? Why does Vicky want to know about another company's yarn then? Anyways, apparently Piping Plover is the color, the bird, not the yarn company.
Yeah,
so
and it is absolutely
it
beautiful
is absolutely
yarn.
beautiful.
I'm working on a sock now, so hopefully I'll have a little bit more done, and we'll show it on the next podcast.
Yes, and it's got like the speckles in it are gorgeous. You could put like a burgundy, a gold, a navy blue. So I think I should be able to get a couple of pairs of socks out of that, and they'll look so different depending on what you pair it with.
Absolutely.
So that was my first purchase on day two.
Day two. And then on day two for me, I had scouted this on Saturday, came back Saturday night, and looked up the sweater that I wanted to make. And so this is yarn by the Yarn Therapist, and as you can see, it's dyed like a gradient. And she have a little interview with her that hopefully I'll be inserting in here so she can explain this process a whole lot better than I can.
So we're chatting with Jennifer of the Yarn Therapist, and she has a fantastic technique of these gradient dyed yokes that she's going to talk about.
So what I do is I dye yarn so that when you knit a sweater yoke, it'll self-stripe. So I dye them so that they'll knit up for any sized human. So anything from a small, this is a 1 to 2 year size, and this is myself in the 3rd size. And you can use them to knit color work, and then you don't have to buy as many colors. So you can see in the sweaters up along the top that you can get your body yarn, and then you can pick a yoke yarn, and then as you knit, the colors will change on their own. You won't have to weave in ends, you won't have to buy all the colors. I've already combined the colors for you, and you can just enjoy your knitting while you're watching TV.
Awesome, thank you.
Sweater that I plan to make with this, and this is what I plan to make, so it has no idea if this is what it's going to end up to be, but the plans at this point are the Jennifer Steingast sweater, and it's called Avena. And it's that one that sort of looks like it has wheat sheaves. And so then this will give me that gradient effect in the yoke, and I plan to pair this with a lighter color, so it's going to be a really light sweater for me. So her name is Jennifer, and she's from the Yarn Therapist, and this yarn is super squishy.
It is.
Soft and beautiful, and she had so many gorgeous samples in her booth that Noelle was enticed.
I was actually, by this point, I had said, I'm not buying anything else. I'm not going to buy anything else.
She had tapped out.
That's right. But then this color is called Romantic Goth, and it is superwash merino and stellina. So I'm not quite sure what sweater I'm going to do yet, but it will probably definitely be a Jennifer Steingast. And this, I think I could pair with either a light color or a dark color.
And she had a sample in a color that almost looked like the slow from Holst.
Yes, and it had this color in it.
That color was gorgeous.
But this is so pretty. It would also look nice with a really soft blush pink too.
It would.
So
yeah, dry plaster.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll see. We'll see. And mine's got sparkle. So Kelly wanted sparkle, but the sparkle was
gone on Saturday. See, you snooze, you lose. But so, I wanted to make sure, and I didn't know what I was getting into, so I wanted to make sure that I had the correct yardage for the sweater that I wanted to make.
Well, I mean, and if you really like it, you can always get another one later with sparkle and do, like in a different color and do another sweater.
Yes. So. And then this last one, this was my leaving the show, not an impulse, because I had looked at it, and I guess we can talk about it at the same time, because we did a little side trip to Espace Tricot. Oh no, you have one more thing to show before we do
I have one more thing from the show. So this I actually got from the Espace Tricot booth at the show. So this is Helix by Le Bien-Aimé, and this color is called Cassiopeia, and it is a 75% Falkland merino and 25% Gotland wool, and it just feels, it was one of those ones when I picked it up and I thought, I picked it up the first day, and I thought, no. And then we were back and it was less busy and you could see things more. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. It's like the natural sheep gray almost, but then it's got lavenders and purple and just amazing. And it's a lace weight yarn. So there is 700, is that?
710 yards.
Oh, 650 meters or 710 yards. And I will be able to do like a little short sleeve tee with that. So it just feels amazing. And I've wanted to try the yarn for a long time too. So it sort of made it home.
I think that was one of the yarns that made its debut in
New York. Yes. And there was no way I was buying it in New York because I did not buy anything.
No, you were sick. But I just remember there was such a swarm around the booth because Brooklyn General had it.
Yes.
And you couldn't even get near the booth. No. I mean, people were buying it. So,
yep.
But it's beautiful. Yep. So good things come to those who wait.
Yeah.
And now you have it.
So now I have it. So.
And so then we also did a little side trip. So I bought one more thing at the show, and it's the Saunder yarn. But no, we did a little side trip on Sunday morning. We actually went to Espace Tricot because we wanted to, there were a couple of things that we wanted that they didn't have at the show.
C'est doux, c'est que de la laine. Wow. C'est plus mince que... Soit pensée, soit pour l'été. Je me souviens plus. Ça, c'est soit lin. Coton. Pour serrer les écarts.
Sinon, c'est l'œuf qui est du papier. C'est surprenant, mais ça passe au
So we took an Uber.
Yeah, that was an experience.
Our
first Uber.
It's our first Uber. So we come from a small city, and we both have cars, and we've never needed to Uber.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. It was so much faster than cab.
Yeah, I can't say enough. So that's just calling us out for like inexperienced does in a big city, but
that's right.
It was fun. It was great. So at Espace Tricot, we bought a few things.
I bought a lot.
Yes, we bought a lot of things. One of the things that we were both really keen on finding was the Saunder yarn, which is at the show.
Yes.
But again, that was one of the really busy booths on Saturday,
yes.
and we just didn't get a chance to get in. And we thought, at the store actually it will be a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
So we both bought the same base, right?
We did. This is the Sunday morning 4-ply. So it's a 75% BFL, 25% Massam. So I bought mine at the store at Espace Tricot because we didn't even get into the Saunder booth on Saturday because it was so busy. So we didn't get in there. And I knew I'd been looking at this yarn. I've been looking at this yarn basically since it came out originally at Espace Tricot.
And we wanted to feel it.
Wanted to squish it. And the colors are unbelievable. They're just gorgeous. I couldn't have...
The color saturation in the dye is
There's
fantastic.
not one color that I wouldn't have picked.
No.
But I was kind of humming and hawing because it is a little bit higher price point.
It is.
And so I had picked this one up, and this is kind of a color that I was gravitating towards. And it's really not pink. It's more like
it's like a muted
grayish
raspberry.
coral, sort of.
I think there's a little bit of raspberry in there too.
But anyway, so I was humming and hawing, and then the color name was Sunday Kind of Love, and I'm like, it's Sunday. It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be. Yes.
So I got 3 of those, which I think I'm going to put into some sort of a pullover with a texture joke because I think it'll show that off nicely.
And then when we were at the show yesterday afternoon, I did have an opportunity to get into the Saunder booth, and there was a color there that I don't recall seeing at Espace Tricot. So this was my absolute treat purchase because this was not predetermined, but these colors, and my color is called Free Spirit.
There you go.
And look,
gorgeous.
look. And it's this is more like a vibrant raspberry,
yes.
I would call it. It's not exactly a fuchsia, but it's that color saturation. And
well, I think you get the depth of the color because the Massam yarn is not white when they dye it.
Right.
So you get more, like, it's hard to explain until you see it, but it's kind of like tonal but not.
I know. But it's just so luxurious.
Yes, it is.
So this was my treat purchase to myself. So I've got 4 skeins, and I also want to do a texture joke sweater, and we promise we won't do the same.
We won't do the same one. No.
So
I'm going to pick mine first.
Well, you'll have yours knit first. Who are we kidding? Don't even joke about that. But then we did get some other things at the Espace Tricot store.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So
okay, I'll do my Ulysses first.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always wanted, this is another yarn that I've always wanted to try. This is Terrarum Natura. This is their Ulysses base, which is a sport weight. I have seen this yarn again, but I've never been anywhere where I've actually seen it in person. Like I've seen it.
And a sport weight is not a popular yarn. I mean, not that it's not popular. It's not something that you can easily find.
Right.
Like, there's not a lot of companies that.
But this is really. It's nice and soft and squishy and.
But like to me, even it almost has more of a DK feel because of the slump.
Yeah.
So I think you could interchange it in a sweater for sure.
So they're 50-gram balls, but there's, where are we here? Looking for the yardage. Anyway.
I don't think the yardage is on.
Yeah, 185 meters.
Yeah.
So it's 185 meters for a 50-gram ball. So, and I mean, it's a woolen spun. It's really a plump yarn. You could actually probably use that in a DK pattern.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but anyway, I got 5.
Colorways eucalyptus.
Yeah, I got beautiful. 5 skeins of it, and I've been buying a lot of green lately.
You've been buying green, yeah.
But it's a really pretty, tweedy, I don't know, it's a really nice color. So I don't know, not sure, it might be a cardigan, so we'll see.
It might be.
So.
It might be.
Okay. So the last item that we bought was some fingering weight yarn, 25-gram skeins, Shetland fingering by Elemental Effects. So when I was coming, my daughter-in-law Rachel, she wanted to get me a sweater for Mother's Day, and she wanted me to pick out the colors for this colorwork sweater. They had kits up on the Espace Tricot site, but she said, well, if you go, then you can see all the colors.
choose the
and
colors
you can pick out
yourself.
your own colors. So I thought, Rachel, you don't have to get me anything. But she goes, no, I want you to do that. So they had them, and I saw the colors, so I picked out these colors. So these 7 colors are going to go in a colorwork sweater. I'm thinking I'm going to pair it with a dark gray background. I'll just quickly go through the colors. You've got Aegean Sea, Sandalwood, Mustard Field, Light Denim, what is this one? Seafoam, Lilac, and this last one is Violet. And they're just like sort of pretty muted pastels. And I think it'll look really nice in a gray sweater. So thanks, Rachel. I have to give her this back to her though, and I don't get it again until Mother's Day.
And I decided to make I had seen somebody wear one at the show, and it inspired me to, just flat out kind of copy what they did. They have different color scheme, but they used just a basic raglan sweater, and they had color blocked in some stripes that went across the raglan and across the sleeves, and it really stood out to me for some reason. So I decided to do that, and I chose a little bit more jewel tones. These are the colors that I have. The sweater that I saw somebody wear at the show was a primary color, and so the colors that I have are midnight blue. I have mustard field as well, and forest moss, watermelon, and purple. And I've used this yarn before. I bought this yarn in New York at Knitty City, and I knit my all-time favorite ever hand warmers, which are the Hedgerow mitts by Marianne Stevens. Yes, I hope. Yes. And they're my favorite. They're my go-to. And this is an absolutely gorgeous plump yarn. Yeah. So it was definitely worth the Uber trip to Espace Tricot.
Yes, it's 100% Shetland wool.
And it's it's so great to do color work with.
Yeah.
It's like super toothy, and it would also be great if you were doing anything that required a steek. This would be fabulous yarn for that. So
those were our purchases.
And just to sum it up, before we throw all of this into our suitcase and run for the train, we had a fantastic weekend. Thank you, Montreal, for having us. It was amazing. It was amazing to be back at a yarn festival. It was amazing to see so many sweaters in one place, and truly, it was just a great weekend.
I know, because you could walk around going, there's a love note.
There were a lot of love notes. There were so many love notes. And it was just fabulous to make some new friends. Yes. And and we forgot to say the most exciting thing. We went to Knit Night here, and it was fantastic. There were so many people, so you got to meet new people at your table because you had no idea where you were going to be sitting. And we had some fun, and we're just going to tell you. So there was a trivia game, and our table came in first place. We were called Chicks with Sticks, and it was great. So we can't wait to go to the next festival now, and we have a lot of work ahead of us to get knitting this.
That's right.
Must knit faster. But just a beautiful weekend, beautiful vendors. Can't say enough great things.
Yep. So
this is our mini-sode, tiny little episode just about Montreal, and hopefully I can get this edited and up in the next couple of days so that it's still relevant, and hopefully the interviews that we did in the marketplace come out for you as well. Okay.
So anyway, thanks everybody. We have to go because we have to get ready for the train, and we'll see you all soon.
Take care and happy knitting.
Yeah. Bye bye.